Good evening. Please take your seats as Her Majesty Queen Sofia will be entering the room shortly. Good evening. My name is Begonia Santos, and I am the President and CEO of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute. I will be your MC tonight. I would like my opening words tonight to be words of gratitude, words of deep appreciation to the Institute's Patroness of Honor, Her Majesty Queen Sofia, for accepting to honorarily preside this second American Spain 250 Symposium, Spain and the Birth of American Democracy, and for her presence at this magnificent Constitution Hall tonight. The Institute would also like to extend its warmest appreciation to the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution for hosting all of us in this historical hall, a National Historic Landmark building. Thank you for your generosity. It is now my privilege to introduce the President General of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Mrs. Ginnie Sebastian Storage.
Thank you, Begonia. Good evening. Welcome to DAR Constitution Hall and the Spain and the Birth of American Democracy Symposium. We are so pleased to have you join us at the Daughters of the American Revolution National Headquarters for this very special occasion. It is my honor to recognize our very special guests, Her Majesty Queen Sofia and Her Excellency Annalisa Moreno Bao, Ambassador of Spain to the United States. We also thank all of you who have traveled from near and far to learn more about this important part of the 250-year history of the relationship between the United States of America and Spain. The Daughters of the American Revolution was founded 135 years ago to preserve and celebrate the memory and spirit of the men and women who achieved American independence. Our members are descended from these patriots and are dedicated to serving their communities in honor of their forebears. Our three main mission pillars of historic preservation, education, and patriotism shape all we do in the DAR. From providing scholarships at all levels of education to supporting active duty military veterans and their families, and to sponsoring a variety of historic sites through grants and other initiatives. Our 190,000 members worldwide are passionate about our mission. I'm excited to see so many DAR members in attendance. Would you please stand? For those of you that do not know much about our organization, I invite you to visit the DAR information tables in the lobby or strike up a conversation with one of our members here. I believe we have several members in attendance who descend from Spanish Revolutionary War patriots and could tell you about their genealogy journey. The DAR Spanish Task Force was established almost 30 years ago to focus on finding and documenting the crucial, yet often overlooked contributions of Spanish nationals and the Spanish crown to the cause of American independence. Today, we carry on that important work through our Specialty Research Committee. And our volunteer member Spanish research team helps prospective members with their genealogy questions and works to develop new avenues for membership for women descended from Spanish patriots. As we approach the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation, it is especially important to our organization to recognize the many different types of people who supported the American Revolution in a variety of ways. We invite you to visit our world-renowned genealogical library or use our expansive free online resources to research your own family history. And for the women in the audience who are not already members of DAR, we hope you are inspired to find your own Revolutionary War patriot in your family line, and we encourage you to become a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution when you do so. It has been the highest privilege for our organization to work alongside the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, the Ramón Areces Foundation, and the Embassy of Spain to the United States in the planning and execution of this symposium. They have arranged an impressive lineup of scholars and historians to give us a special glimpse into this aspect of contributions of Spain to the American Revolution that we hope even more people can appreciate as we begin to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our nation's founding. We would like to recognize in particular Mr. Raimundo Pérez Hernández Edtoya, Director of the Ramón Areces Foundation, Ms. Pilar Lladó, Chair of the Board of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, and Begonia Santos, President and CEO of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, for their incredible leadership. We are grateful for their collaboration on this very special event. We hope all of you enjoy the symposium and learn something new about our shared history and the incredible efforts of Spain and its people to help secure our nation's independence. Please also make sure you visit the tables in the lobby where a number of wonderful organizations are available to tell you more about their efforts and the activities they have planned to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. Welcome and enjoy.
Thank you, Mrs. Storage. It is now a pleasure to introduce Mrs. Pilar Lladó, Chair of the Board of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute.
Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, my warmest welcome to this symposium. Your Majesty, as Chair of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, I would like to express our gratitude for your permanent support, your warmth, your generosity. Señora, una vez más, de verdad, de todo corazón, gracias infinitas por vuestro cariño al Instituto. The present 2 days academic symposium on Spain and the birth of American democracy is an essential part of the American-Spain 250 initiative started on July 4th, 2023, to celebrate 250 years of the shared past, present, and continued friendship between the United States, Spain, and the Spanish-speaking world. Convinced of the prominent role that civil society has in promoting a better knowledge of the shared history between the United States and Spain, the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute has joined forces with the Daughters of American Revolution and the Fundación Ramón Areces in our common commitment to make available to the general public cutting-edge historiographical research that otherwise could remain hidden inside the ivory tower of the academia. For 2 days, 11 renowned historians will address various topics from different perspectives, revealing that Spain's participation in the American Revolution was much more significant, much more complex and diverse than previously thought. The Queen Sofia Spanish Institute is very proud indeed to be partnering tonight with two highly regarded cultural institutions, as I mentioned, the National Society of the Daughters of American Revolution and the Fundación Ramón Areces for this second American Spain 250 Symposium, Spain and the Birth of American Democracy. This partnership are rooted in a shared and deep respect for a rigorous primary source-based approach to the study of history. The Queen Sofia Spanish Institute also acknowledges and appreciates the generous support of the Fundación Reina Sofía, which Her Majesty presides, for the programming of the American Spain 250 initiative, of which this symposium is a highlight. Thank you very much indeed, Your Majesty, for your generosity. This symposium is a highlight. Finally, I would like to express my warmest appreciation for the Spanish Embassy in the United States. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Ambassador Ángeles Moreno, for your warm welcome. And thank you to the US and Spain Foundation for its support for tonight's event. The Queen Sofia Spanish Institute's mission to stimulate interest in the United States in the history and culture of Spain fits seamlessly with the Daughters of American Revolution focus on promoting historic preservation, education, and patriotism across the United States, making this great partnership one of like-minded institutions. Both organizations share a deep commitment for academic research that brings to life the individual and collective stories that in turn weave the large, vibrant tapestry of history. The Queen Sofia Spanish Institute was honored to receive from the Daughters of American Revolution President's General Medallion at its 134th Continental Congress this past June in this very majestic hall. Right now, I'm wearing it with a great honor and with the most pride and privilege. Your daughters, your patriotism toward the United States is extended to the entire world. You are just a model for the whole world. Thank you very much, and I think this medal will be where, in the hearts of all the members of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute forever. Thank you very much again. In 2018, the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute began its commitment together with the then president of the New York chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution, Mrs. Wilhelmina Rhodes Kelly. Tonight, I am very pleased to salute Linda Rhodes Jones, Mrs. Wilhelmina Rhodes Kelly's sister, who is here with us tonight. I wish to express my deeply felt gratitude for her generosity and her profound commitment to the values shared by our two institutions. Thank you very much again. My appreciation as well to Mrs. Pamela Rouse-Wright, who is unfortunately not able to be here tonight, for her support of tonight's event. This second symposium was originated in a conversation between the executive teams of both organizations and was developed during Mrs. Rouse-Wright's presidential tenure with all her full support. The Queen Sofia Spanish Institute is thankful for her leadership and her commitment to enriching the story of the American Revolution and sends Mrs. Wright its best wishes. Allow me, please, to end this word by reiterating our deepest gratitude to Your Majesty. Again, thank you very much, Majesty. I would like to thank you, all of you, dear friends, for your presence and your great interest. I am convinced that this conference will shed light on a very important aspect of our relations, which absolutely deserve to be better known and considered. So enjoy this wonderful 2 days, and thank you very, very much.
We will now listen to a video recorded by Mr. Raimundo Pérez Hernández, CEO of the Fundación Ramón Areces, who unfortunately was not able to travel from Spain.
Your Majesty, Senora, Madam Ginnie Sebastian Storage, President General of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Her Excellency Doña Ángeles Moreno, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Spain to the United States, Doña Pilar Lladó, Chair of the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, dear Begonia, dear Gonzalo, ladies and gentlemen. First, I want to apologize for not being able to join you in person, but the last-minute scheduling conflict have prevented me from joining you in Washington, D.C., my hometown, where I was born, no need to know how long ago, but a long time ago, just a couple of blocks away from this magnificent Constitution Hall. For the Fundación Ramón Areces, it is an honor to sponsor this second academic symposium, America-Spain 250. Spain and the birth of American democracy at the national headquarters of the Daughters of the American Revolution, an almost 135-year-old institution devoted to carry out the injunction of President George Washington in his farewell address to the American people, and I quote, to promote as an object of primary importance institutions for the general diffusion of knowledge, thus developing an enlightened public opinion. This second academic symposium is part of the America-Spain 250 initiative, undertaken by the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, which shares Washington's view that highlights the contribution of the Spanish Empire to the American independence. Men and women from all backgrounds and origins, warriors and civilians of English, German, French, and Spanish descent, together with African and Native Americans, join under the banner of Spain, coming from the Iberian Peninsula, Cuba, Mexico, Central America, but also and most importantly, from the present-day United States, like Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South and North Dakota, just to mention some. Under the academic chairmanship of Richard Kagan, Manuel Lucena Giraldo, and Gonzalo Quintero Saravia, for the next 2 days, 11 renowned historians from both sides of the Atlantic will provide different perspectives on the role of Spain in the independence of the United States of America. A role that, thanks to the efforts of this new generation of academics, is increasingly better known among the enlightened public opinion. Behind me is an image of Clio, the Muse of History, which in my opinion perfectly illustrates the commitment of the Fundación Ramón Areces to the America-Spain 250 initiative. Please consider the way Clio is reading the document she's holding. Her eyes partially closed, not because history is nearsighted, but to stress the distance that the historian must take from his or her subject to study it with as much objectivity as humanly possible. Clio's eyes are warning us against the perils of approaching events and people of 2.5 centuries ago with our present mindset, while reminding historians that the job is to understand and explain, but not to judge. Secondly, Clio is also holding in her right hand a trumpet, which she will use to proclaim historical events and the enduring fame they achieve. And in this task of proclaiming or promoting a better knowledge of a shared history among our respective societies, the Fundación Ramón Areces proudly joins effort with the Daughters of the American Revolution and the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute in proclaiming his fundamental role of Spain in the birth of American democracy. Finally, I would like to confirm the commitment of the Fundación Ramón Areces to the commemorations that will take place now and next year. We have tried to be as helpful as we could, and we will continue to do so as we did last year's seminar in Madrid and the present Symposium. And now, without further ado, I give the floor to Her Excellency, the Kingdom of Spain's Ambassador to the United States, to whom I'd like to thank for her presence on this afternoon, emphasizing the commitment of my country in commemorating and celebrating the 250 years of the Declaration of Independence. Thank you very much.
Please join me in welcoming Her Excellency Mrs. Ángeles Moreno Bau, Spain's Ambassador to the United States.
Good evening, Your Majesty. Majestad, muchas gracias por honrarnos con vuestra presencia en Washington, D.C. President of the Daughters of the American Revolution, thank you for hosting us today in this magnificent hall and for supporting this endeavor to understand better our shared history. Presidenta y Chair del Queen Sofia Spanish Institute, thank you for making this event possible. It is a great pleasure to see so many friends of Spain gathered together here today. And allow me to begin expressing my appreciation for you all the guests here, for your dedication and tireless commitment to ensuring that our shared history is better understood and fully appreciated. I would like to recognize first the three driving forces behind this seminar: the Queen Sofia Spanish Institute and the Fundación Areces. Both are invaluable, not only because of their mission, but also because their work extends across both sides of the Atlantic. Let us not forget that telling Spain's history and America's history is not only necessary here in the United States, but also in Spain, where names such as Bernardo de Galvez or Diego de Gardoqui are little known. I would also like to thank the Daughters of the American Revolution, whose historic, educational, and patriotic mission has so often led them to act as true ambassadors of Spain, as we see today. They have helped share and promote our country's role in the American Revolution. Thank you for your leadership and your dedication. And of course, my deepest gratitude to all historians who we will be listening to today and tomorrow for your interest and your work in going deeper into this shared history, and for all participants for your interest in sharing the knowledge on this important issue. Thank you for coming to this event, and thank you for supporting this endeavor. We are pushing to let the Spanish history be better known in this very special moment in history in the United States. We are very proud that we were part of this American effort to be independent and to be a democracy, and we keep on sharing your values. We keep on sharing this effort to defend democracy, freedom, and the rule of law. The approaching 250th anniversary of the US independence offers us an opportunity to remember this common history. This year and the next are deeply symbolic for Spain. In 2025, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of democracy in Spain, and next year in 2026, we will be celebrating your 250th anniversary of the independence of the 13 colonies and the effort that Spain, the Crown of Spain, did in supporting that independence. Your Majesty, Queen Sofia, your trip to the United States in 1976 celebrated two historic moments. That year marked the bicentennial of the independence of the United States, but it was also a key moment in the building of Spanish democracy. It was an opportunity to remember a shared legacy, but also a demonstration of the openness of the democracy that was then beginning to take shape in Spain. It was also the first time in history that the King and Queen of Spain visited this country. Your Majesty, today, almost 50 years later, you are once again present to celebrate the 250th anniversary of American independence, in which the Crown of Spain played a decisive role, beginning with Charles III, and also the 50th anniversary of Spanish democracy, in which Your Majesty and His Majesty King Juan Carlos I played a fundamental role. There is, therefore, no one with greater authority or greater legitimacy than Your Majesty to preside over this Congress. It is an honor to welcome you to Washington today and to have you at the forefront of this meeting. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.